Hey guys, so I'm live again. If you just saw that, some total gigantic loser hacked into my Zoom meeting and started playing all kinds of like obnoxious music and pornography and all of that. So I had to shut the whole Zoom meeting down. Then I had to go delete all the videos, and it's like so stupid because they accomplish nothing by doing that except causing me trouble. So hopefully that person is not in the group that I just shared the link in because those are by VIP, and I can't really tell what gigantic loser decided to do that. So you can tell I'm not really happy about that. That was like the lamest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So I'm checking the group now. Hopefully you guys can see me live in my local business group. Let me refresh the screen to make sure. Okay, cool. So in my local business group, you guys go ahead and click the link there. That's my new Zoom meeting. So I had to like completely change the link and everything to make sure that that didn't happen again. So I see Gregory wants back in. Hey, Gregory, that was a nice show, right? So, so random. I don't even know. Anyway, that's what happens when you invite people to a Zoom meeting and people like to hack into things with their own agenda. So that's super annoying. So sorry about that. So hopefully everyone pops in, the right people. We don't have that issue anymore. So here comes Linda. Linda K. All right. Hey, Linda. Everyone pops in, the right people. We don't have that issue anymore. Yeah, seriously, and it was like I was trying to first of all, I've never ever had that happen before. So I was like trying to remove I was trying to remove like whoever it was, and I was trying to like mute, and then it was like it just kept like popping people in, and then the pornography started and everything, and I'm like, I had to quickly shut it down, but then I had to go to each of the channels and delete that video. So yeah, and then just create a completely new Zoom meeting and get it all set up. I was like, oh my gosh, seriously?
I've heard of the Zoom bombing or whatever it is, but this is the first time it's been a real thing.
Yeah, I've seen
Wow.
all kinds of I've heard people talk about it that it happens, but I have never, not
Yeah.
only have I not had it happen to me, but I've also never been in a Zoom meeting where it happened. So that's really, really weird.
And I missed it. Oh well.
Believe me, you really didn't miss anything. But a bunch of obnoxiousness. So I don't understand like what they get out of that. Unless it's just like jollies or just being obnoxious. I have no idea. Because it's not like what are you trying to sell? You know, it's like you're not just an annoying marketer. What do you get from doing this? Like none of us were trying to buy what they were, you know, what they were offering. So okay.
Especially not that last part.
Right? I was like, I wish that you had like been on this side of it because I'm like, remove, mute, mute. And then it's like it just keeps coming and then the porn starts. I'm like, oh my gosh. Just I was like, end all. I gotta get
Yeah.
it. So sorry about that, guys. I don't know. When I guess, you have an open group, it's like inevitable sometimes, but
Yeah, but this never
anyway,
happened before, right?
I'm sorry.
This never happened before.
I have never had that happen before, not only on a meeting that I'm hosting, but a meeting that I've been in. I've never seen anything like that happen before.
So you
So,
may want to investigate into the last group of people that were accepted to the Facebook group.
yeah,
You know,
well, I stream live everywhere, and so I think really this was full-blown my mistake because I shared the link to another group.
Uh-huh.
And so I think that that's so this time I just shared the link to the local business group. And so so hopefully that will never happen again, because we do, and that's why we have the questions. When you join the group, you get asked the questions because that weeds out a lot of spam. So if you guys have your own groups, sometimes just a simple question like, did you read the rules? That will weed out a lot of spam from your groups, because a lot of times it's robots doing it. A lot of times people just go through and they're like, they just want to accept and join a bunch of random groups so they can spam their links and stuff. So just asking one question will really help you weed out a lot of the junk. So lesson learned.
Yeah.
For sure. Never do that again. So,
Yeah, I'm an English teacher here in Bosnia, and in March, when the whole Corona thing, was at full blast, we had to join Zoom, to have classes, and we had, I mean, not this full-blown porno stuff that we have just seen, but
Yeah.
kids, they're good at technology.
Yeah.
So they would just share the link everywhere, and we had strangers, jumping in and recording the meetings and stuff like that. So it was horrible. But lesson learned, as you say.
Yeah, true. I was like, it was like panic mode for me. I'm like, I could not click the buttons fast enough.
I was like,
I
what
know.
the hell?
Too. It's like, dang, am I blushing? Because that's
Yeah, I personally was very, very frightened. I had to switch on my screen because it was something that I have never seen before.
I know.
I said, what is this? I was so frightened, honestly, because I have never seen anything like this before.
I felt the same way. I was like, what I heard the music and I just thought somebody like didn't mute their mic. And then I saw, and it was not just one, it was like multiple. So I don't know if like robots do that or something, but it was like, and then they kept coming in, which is weird too, because I have to approve people to come into the meeting. So it's like, they just kept coming in and I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot do this fast enough. I don't know what else to do. Yeah, I was freaking out too. I was like, oh my gosh. And this goes out on all of my social media. So it's like now, that's why when I ended the meeting, I was like, now I have to hurry and go and delete all these videos from all of my social media because now it's everywhere.
Great blog topic is how to get out or shut people down out of Zoom very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's something, because I tried to boot someone out, and it took me a while to figure out how to do it. So
yeah. And how did you do it? Because I was clicking remove, but it was like it wasn't going away. So then I was like, I just need to end this meeting. I could not figure it out fast enough. I was like, I don't know what else to do. And then I'm like I guess when you click remove, it says, do you want to report this? I'm like, I don't have time to read this. I just need to submit. Go away, please.
So
go
that
away.
would make a nice blog article putting out what it is that people have to read and whatnot, so they know it ahead of time and they can just quickly respond.
Yeah, well, I actually saw a PLR product that I thought about checking out just for my own knowledge, and it was Zoom Mastery. And Zoom is something that I am certainly not an expert at. I feel like that every time I learn something, they update, and then I have to learn something new. So kind of like Builderall. Yeah, I thought about checking that out just because especially now, we're doing so many Zoom meetings. So sorry about that, guys.
No, it's not your fault. Come on.
Definitely a lesson learned. It's something that you can now go and talk about and share with the world. Chip, do you have something to say?
I hate to change the subject, but
please do. You're fine.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's any way for me to capture or retarget people who like a page on Facebook?
You can run An ad, is it your own page?
Yes, my own page or ads. And I get a lot of feedback that so-and-so liked your ad. And if I go to the little, thumbs up sign, I can see names, but there are an awful lot of John Smiths.
Right. So you're talking about a post that gets a like. So I guess that wouldn't.
Or an ad.
Yeah. So if you want to retarget the people that like with an ad that like your page, you can do that. But a post like, what I usually do is I go to, especially if I get a post that has a lot of traffic, I will go and to that post, and then when you click on the likes, and I can show you actually on my page. It's easier to show than tell. But when you click on the likes, it pops up with the long list, and then you can send them a request to like your page. So if they liked your post, then you can now say, hey, if you like my post, do you want to like my page? And then you could retarget them, but only if they like your page.
Yeah, can you show me? Because I can picture, I think I'm picturing the same list you are, but you can't, all I can do is screenshot it. I can't move my mouse over any of those names.
Okay, so let me actually go to a page, because a group is different. So if you go to, let me go to my page here.
Well, the group I've got is private, so I've got members listed in that.
Okay, so let's see if I go,
I like those here. 2 people. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Back that up a second. Yeah. What did you just do?
I just clicked on the likes here.
Right.
So if you click on the number, you can see all of them. You can see the people who liked your page. And so if this person did not already like my page, then this wouldn't be here, and I could click it, and then it would send them an invite to like my page.
Now, can you back up a step again? And if you mouse over the thumb or the heart instead of the number, can you click on that?
Yeah, and no matter what you click on, see, I clicked on the thumbs up, the like, and so it brought up this menu. But you see, it's really the same menu. It's just all of them, and then it divides the likes and it divides the hearts. And if there were some, laughing emoticons, it would have a section for that, or angry or whatever. If I go to one of the, let's find a post that has more engagement. Scroll down here. Usually my older posts have, but here's what we'll do. We'll just go to Insights. Here's a little lesson just on Facebook pages, if you don't know. If you click on Insights, it'll tell you, all of the, your stats basically. And then you'll also see your most engaging posts. So if I click here, this post is pretty engaging. It had like 39 somethings on it. So, so I can now click here to bring up all my likes, and there are only likes. So there's no hearts or anything. So that's where it brings up.
Any way to automate this?
No.
With Zapier or anything?
Not that I know of. I mean, that would be nice, because Facebook does make you, but I did notice, and I don't know, I don't see it now, but I did notice when I was doing, I had one of the posts, and then it had like a button that said invite all to like your page. And I only saw that one time, and I don't know the criteria that makes that button pop up, but I would really like to know. So if anybody knows, would definitely appreciate that. But you could just go, you can use the insights. So here's one. So I have 7 people who engage with this post. And then if you scroll down, you see all of them, but they all like my page. But I definitely do that, especially if you're running an ad. You get a lot more of those, obviously, because Facebook organic traffic is terrible. But that is something that I definitely do. If I'm running an ad, I will go through there, and then all the people who have engaged, I will at least invite them to like
pick them up one at a time, though, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you find out a way to automate, definitely share with me. I'd love to know.
Yeah, will do.
It's definitely time consuming.
At least I learned, and I'll mention this because I know other people have the problem, that if you've got a group with questions to get into the group, once you approve them, those question answers are gone. So
That's true.
I ask for email as one of the questions. I don't always get it, but often. And so I'm very good about going every single day. And if there's somebody new, record that email into a spreadsheet or whatever.
So I'm happily married, but you're about to fall in love with me because I'm going to tell you that Group Convert, you can check that out. And Group Convert is awesome. So what it does is it actually takes all of the questions that you ask in the group, and then it will send them to a Google spreadsheet. So that's completely automated. You just add, and actually, let me show you. Let me move this to the side.
I think I have something set up that when I put them into manually into the spreadsheet, it takes them over to Mailing Boss that I've got. But yeah, do show me what you're talking about.
Yeah, you could actually, you could put it in a spreadsheet and then have that spreadsheet go to Mailing Boss if you wanted to use Group Convert. But so if I go to my members requested here, you'll see at the top, there's, as soon as it shows up, see this Google Drive link? As soon as you install the Group Convert extension, then it gives you basically like a template. And so you just take that template and then you add the questions. Like, see, we have 3 questions here. And when people answer the questions to go into the group, it actually goes to a Google spreadsheet so that we can, we don't really use it to send, I mean, you guys, I'm sure you've never received an email from Builderall about the group, but it's a great way for us to have one place where we can see like what's the level of experience people wanting in the group. Are they beginners? Are they intermediate? Are they experts? Or how long have they been in marketing? Are they beginners? Or they have years or whatever. So and are people coming to the group that are Builderall members, or are they coming outside of Builderall? So those are things that we use the spreadsheet just for our own information and tracking and stuff. But you could definitely, I mean, it's capturing the information. So it's
That's
up
great.
to you how you want to use it.
Yeah, I will. And just under Chrome extensions?
Look up Group Convert.
Okay.
So when you find it is a Google Chrome extension. I don't know if it's on other browsers or not. Shelly actually had the Group Convert and she added it to the group and stuff. So I don't have Group Convert, but I did connect it and do all of that stuff. So it's definitely cool. And if you have a large group, it's really great to save you a lot of steps.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Bridget, Chip asked the question, and you said that the emails go away if you don't look at them or save them. I don't understand the little...
Your entry questions to get into a Facebook group. You can set up entry questions.
Yes.
So that you will decide to approve new members. But as soon as you click the approve button, the questions remain, but the answers are gone.
Okay.
That makes sense?
It does.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't
make sense why they did it, but your explanation makes sense. So how did you guys like the training today about this week about creating your own course? Do you guys have any questions about that? Jim, you have a question?
Yeah, on I think it was yesterday's, on the part where you load your first lesson and you get to where you preview it. I posted it as a question, but now that we're on, I might as well ask you. When I went to preview it, it said wrong URL instead of showing the video itself of the first lesson.
Is one that you did yourself?
Yeah. And I thought I went step for step as you did it. So
did you use the Builderall hosting?
Yes.
Do you want to share your screen and show me? Because
sure.
I mean, it could be a few things, so I don't really know unless I
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Sure. So So down here where you go to, you know, the 3 best ways, I click it and it doesn't show it, just says wrong URL. On yours, it shows the video underneath you.
Okay. So go back to your e-learning, like the back end of it, where your settings are. And then go down to the modules. And then the first, let's look at the first lesson there. So click on the little pencil to edit that one. Okay, I'm sorry, I told you the wrong thing. Click on the down, well, let's see. Yeah, you should be. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm sorry. It's so funny when you're doing stuff, it's like, it's so easy. I could just click around, and when I'm explaining to you, I'm like, wait, what did I do? Okay, so click the pencil on that lesson there. And then go to content up in the tab there.
Yeah.
Yeah, content. And that's where you want to choose the video, where right under where it says Builderall Video Manager, you want to choose the video that you want to add to that section there.
Oh, so I never added it. Let's see. Can I try that now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or, so it's the first one.
Yeah. And then save changes. And then go up and save your e-learning and then click preview. Now, if you go to that lesson, it should show on the screen. There you go.
Wonderful. Okay. Easy peasy. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, the cool part is now that you have that first one done with your cool, which I love your colors, by the way, with your banner and all that, now you can just duplicate that and then just change the videos out. So it's like the first one is the one that takes the longest because you're trying to make it beautiful. But then the other ones, it's like you're just swapping out titles and images then.
Whoops. I'm trying to see how I can unshare the screen and get back.
It should be in the.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Wonderful.
Cool.
Thank you, Bridget. That was easy.
You're so welcome. It's one of those things, man. It's just like, you know, I do the same thing. I get so stuck on things, and I'll ask Shelly or one of the other people, and I'm like, I can't find this anywhere. It's like, oh, it's right there.
You wouldn't. I was like, I was chasing my tail. I was going all over back and forth. I was like, God, what did I miss on my lesson?
And then you're like, oh, it was right there.
Yeah.
How's everybody else?
I'm loving it. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Ray, you have questions? How are you today?
I'm okay. How is everybody?
Not too bad.
I
got a rough start today, but I think we've all recovered now.
Well, it took me a while to find the real link to get back in, so I was
I was just saying, you should have seen me on the back end scrambling. I'm like, I have to delete all these videos, and I have to create a new meeting. I'm like, oh.
I must say, you're about 3 shades redder than you were when we started. So are we all.
I wish I could say it was my new camera's filter, but that's not it. I haven't figured it out yet.
An experience. I don't want to admit this, but somehow I have never gotten a Builderall funnel from the Funnel Club to work for me. And so what I'd like to do is start all over from scratch, because I know it's simple. There's something that I've done or haven't done, or a link or a redirect or something that is wrong. So I have just gone in and my Builderall funnel is just nothing. And so can you not walk me through the whole thing, but I know there's, and I've been through some of the training. I haven't been through from start to finish on all of the trainings because there's several out there, but would you recommend doing the magic funnel or any of that, or just?
Well, when you say that it doesn't work, what problem are you having specifically?
I'm getting people to click in the checkout, super checkout, and they get an email that is just weird. And so it doesn't look like the email that I set up. So maybe it needs to be saved differently. But
So
anyway,
are you going to the opt-in form, like the email marketing form, and connecting all of the
yes,
pages there?
yeah, yeah. So I think
And
I'm just whining. And so what I'm going to do is throw it away and start over from scratch. It'll be a great learning experience anyway, and just see what happens. But you know, everybody starts out in a Builderall funnel to at least get affiliates under them, and I haven't done that yet. I haven't gotten a successful.
well, let me share my screen for a second and just break a few things down for you, because I don't know, I don't know exactly what problem that you're having, but I definitely want to help you. Let me make sure I'm in the right account here. So let me get my Builderall training account. Oops, wrong one. All right, so okay, so here's the Builderall back office. I'm going to go to affiliates. So the funnels, Ray, that you want to use to share Builderall with people, like for an affiliate, all you have to do is go to the Builderall premium funnels. These are the ones that all you do is share the link. And that little image that popped up there, that's the directions to connect a domain to a Builderall affiliate. So on my affiliate links, I have visionmarketingtools.com. That's my Builderall affiliate domain. So every time we use a different, there's so many Builderall affiliate websites that every time they create a new one, they use a subdomain. So you can only use the Builderall domain for the affiliate funnels. You can't use it for anything else. Like if I wanted to create, Bridget.visionmarketingtools.com, I could not do that. So it only can go to the affiliate funnels. And I'm just emphasizing that because I get that question a lot. So once you connect your domain, or even if you don't, if you just X out of it like I did, to share this, all you have to do is click copy. And then if you open up a new window, then you just paste that link there, and then it's Builderall's homepage. But this is your affiliate link, and see it has your affiliate ID up here. So it basically cookies it. So if anyone signs up for Builderall, you're going to get credit for that lead. If you want to download one of the funnels to use, and see all of these under the premium, Builderall premium funnels, all of those you can't download, you can't do anything with it. These are all just simply you share the link. Okay. So if you want to download a funnel and use it, then you can go, this is where the funnel club comes into. So the niche funnels, you can download these by clicking download, and then you can do whatever you want to with it. You can make it your own or whatever. Same with the lead capture, agency funnels, all of those are the same. And then the chat bots are just chatbot funnels. So they're pretty self-explanatory, but all these that have the download button, you can download, and then you just want to connect them. So they're like let me stop sharing here. So those funnels are like, basically just like a template that you're using. So you want to, create your own email campaign that goes with it. You want to connect, use the marketing form and make sure that all the pages are correctly, connected and all of that. And I definitely do have a lot of training in the group and the unit section for that. But did that answer your question? Is that what you were confusing the premium funnels?
I was.
Yeah, that's something common too. That's why I was kind of thinking that's what you were meaning. But yeah, if you are just, all you want to do is share a link, go to the Builderall premium funnels. And I think soon, since the funnel club is fairly new, meaning like the last 5 or 6, or I don't know how long, less than a year old. It's kind of just been put over there, and they just kept creating them and adding them in that section. But I think the funnel club is getting ready to get a whole revamp where it's in a wholly different place. So it's not so confusing, especially when you're new people and there's so many things to dive into in the back office. It does get really confusing. So cool. I answered that question. Yay. I'm batting 100% today. Anybody else want to stump me with something? No, just laughing at me. Andy wants to stump me.
I can
I
stump
ask
you.
something again? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break in. Go ahead.
No, hey, Ray, go ahead, because I'm just going to throw something at her just to stump her.
Well, we had a little trouble at the very beginning, and I was late getting the link to get back in. And so I missed the point of your whole lesson today. What you were going to say, you could number things, you could number pages.
Yeah, I wanted to show you guys. Eric was just talking about today a new feature that he was showing us how to use. So I haven't even played with it yet. We don't even have a video on the knowledge base yet because he just told us today. But you can actually, if you have and I can already think of like lots of websites I would love to use this on, but a lot of times when we create funnels, we want people to watch a video. And, we don't want them to get like lost in the funnel or skip away from the funnel. But he showed us a really cool way where you can have like your website and then you have a video in the top. It doesn't really matter if it's a video, it's just the functionality and you can be as creative as you want. But it had the video and then it had the option where you can number the panels on your whole website. And then you can actually select you can put a button there to hide the panels. So if they click the button, then all the panels appear, or if they click the button, then the panels go away. So it's kind of like a see more type button, and then you can see all the panels, or see less. And then, I was going to show you guys.
Bridget, do you know if they have to be numbered or could they be named? So you remind yourself which the fourth panel is about.
That's a good question. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I haven't really played with it yet. And I definitely, when I was watching it, I was like, oh my gosh, my brain's swimming right now with how cool that is. But yeah, definitely want to check it out. After I get Andy's question, we'll dive in and we'll play around with it and see what we can figure out. You want to stop me, Andy?
Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Teach us, oh great wise one, the most cost-effective way to fill a funnel.
To fill a funnel? You mean to get leads?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, the most cost-effective way is free.
Right.
So the absolute best way.
Let me say it differently. The most cost-effective and efficient way, right way, best way, whatever. Teach me.
The best way is honestly, so, you're going to it's going to be free or paid traffic. Okay. Those are the two options. So you can do paid traffic and you can get fast traffic and you can target it and all of that. But the conversion is not going to be as good as if it's organic traffic. And here's why. If I put out a funnel and I said, learn the top, check out my freelance course or whatever, and you had no idea who I was, you probably wouldn't even get past buying the $7 ebooks because you're like, oh, okay, it's cool, whatever, here's, So at that point, it's like I've run ads to you and you've seen the ad and you clicked on it and you saw the ebooks and maybe you wanted that, but you probably didn't even go to the video section for the upsell. And you're probably definitely not going to get to the course where I'm going to be branding myself, right? But if I have a large organic audience, meaning like on my personal YouTube channel where these people know me, I've already built the know, like, and trust factor, then it's really simple. It's like, oh yeah, you want to take my course? And then I have loads of people signing up and going all through the funnel. So really, organic traffic is by far the best traffic, but it's a long game. It takes a while to get the YouTube built up, to get your Facebook built up. But if I was going to start all over brand new, I would say put all of your time into YouTube and then share those videos everywhere.
Can I ask a question about that?
I'm sorry?
Can I ask a question about that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I've heard that you should keep your YouTube videos as unlisted until you've got like 1,000 people subscribed.
You can do that. Gene he did a training where there's like a service, and I wish I could remember the name, but that he when he first posts a video, he will unlist it, and then he pays a service to get like to, I guess, promote the video. And then when he makes it public, then he's got all kinds of views already on it. So you could do that. I did take a like $1,000 YouTube course, and they did not teach me that strategy. So I don't know. I mean, he swears by it and says it works, and we're kind of competitive when it comes to subscribers. But my whole thing is long game and organic traffic, because there's a lot to be said with, yes, you can run ads, and yes, it'll be fast, but there's also a learning curve for that too. You know, what is a good ad? What makes people convert? What is writing good copy? What about emails? You know, how do you write a good email? How do you set it all up? There's a huge learning curve in that anyway. So it's like, I would rather put my time and effort into building a business than just trying to like fast track and then run paid ads. And then now I have all this traffic, but I don't even know if my emails are converting. And I'm speaking totally from experience, because I thought I had this great, my first funnel, I thought it was incredible. My video, people were crying when they were watching it. And I was like, I'm going to be rich. This is a great funnel. And my emails were terrible, and no one even got past the video. I don't know if they were crying and looking for Kleenexes or what the thing was, but I got 1,000 leads and none of them converted. So I truly, truly believe in the long game, because we are building a business. You know, this is just because we're online marketing or whatever. I mean, a lot of you have local businesses, and I do too. But it's all about the long game. It's like, it's about putting out the content. It's about introducing yourself and your business to other people. And then it's easy to convert. Like Shelly has an enormous amount of traffic. If Shelly creates a Facebook post on her personal profile and she's like, I love this new tool I found, check it out, she's going to get like 25 leads in the first hour. You know what I'm saying? But if you run paid ads, you might get 25 leads. They may convert, they may not. I mean, so it's like organic traffic is by far the best bang for your buck. It's my theory.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
By the way, remember we talked about your lights in the back?
Yeah.
The blue is the best color.
See, I think so too, but I kind of like the action behind me.
All right, and
I'm still deciding. I'm thinking about, but I do, of all the colors, I totally agree. The blue looks better.
May I?
Is it Nizama? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Yay, awesome.
I was wondering if anyone here tried TikTok for traffic. Have you, Bridget?
You know, I started getting into TikTok when Shelly started doing it, and then that was when the whole you know, the whole government thing was happening, and they're like, oh, they're going to shut TikTok down. So I quickly diverted. I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on with this TikTok thing, but I don't know. I don't really feel like it's my style. I'm not too into like the gimmicky short videos and all of that. It's not really. I mean, Shelly's great at it, and you know, her brand is like fun and she's great and all that. But for me, it's just not really my style. I like to teach people things. And so I think it's just a personal preference, but whatever platform that you use that you really want to focus on, I always say focus on one, but share everywhere. You know, like I have a scheduler and I am on every social media, but I really only focus on like YouTube and Facebook. So that's my strategy, because there's a lot that goes into YouTube. You have to add tags. You have to make sure you got keywords in your, you know, your titles and uploading the thumbnails and it's very time consuming. And if you know, looking for organic traffic on YouTube, if you guys go to like YouTube channels where people who are interested in your business would be going, like, and think about it. What do you look at when you are on YouTube? Go to those places and just comment and start networking and meet people, and they will always look at your your channel and subscribe. And that's how my 13-year-old niece at the time, she started a YouTube channel and then had 300 subscribers in like a month and a half. And I'm still I was stuck at 100. So I'm like, how's my 13-year-old niece blowing me out of the water on YouTube? But that's why all of her little friends, they do these cartoon characters and they were talking back and forth and subscribing to each other's channels. And it seems like a 13-year-old's doing it. It seems so like, duh. But for us as adults, we're like, how do we get traffic? I don't know. But sometimes you have to look at the 13-year-old and say, that's how you do it.
I guess we're just taking it seriously, because I teach 13-year-olds and everything is fun for them, you know.
Yeah.
And we have to make everything, especially when it comes to YouTube, we have to make sure everything is okay, everything is perfect. But actually, I think people like little imperfections.
Absolutely.
Okay, you have to do your keyword research and all that stuff. And you know, I hate those videos on YouTube that are, you know, you can see they've been cut like 100 times at least, you know, to make them perfect. But you know, imperfections are great.
Yeah. And you know what I've learned, trying to be efficient with my own personal workflow. When I was doing pre-recorded videos, I was spending the morning recording the video, then I was editing the video, and then I had to upload the video, and then I didn't get even near the engagement that I do when I'm live. So when I was looking at all that, especially when we had our like Christmas break, I was like, you know, I just need to be live, because even if I don't do things perfect, I think there's a lot of value in seeing how I troubleshoot when things aren't working. Like Jim with his with the video not working. It's easier to just, like, if I did the e-learning, I'm doing the training and I previewed and my video wasn't working, if I had that problem, then Jim, when he's looking at my training later on and creating his own, and that happened to him, he'd be like, oh, I remember, because this is how Bridget fixed it. So I definitely agree. It's all about just be yourself, because people can also sniff out fake people. So just be your true self. People will definitely resonate. I know when I first posted my first video, I probably shot it like 20 times, and I was so insecure. I was like, oh my gosh, people at work are going to see this and everybody's going to see it, make fun of me. And now I couldn't care less about being on. I could be like a reality TV person where you like follow me around with cameras. I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
I heard that you should not complain about your videos until after your 100th one has been created.
That's yeah. And you know, it's so true. And that's what I was saying about the organic traffic too. It's like you're learning. So don't overwhelm yourself with a bunch of leads that you don't know what to do with. Just learn, like shoot a video, you know, try to pitch your, you know, your funnel or whatever, and say, you know, oh, well, here, yeah, check out my funnel, whatever, in your video. And then if you get a lead, great, you know that worked. Are you leaving? Bye, Linda. Then you're like, great, that worked. And then maybe next time, maybe you want to pitch it twice, and then you get like 4 leads, and you're like, whoa, every time I pitch this twice in my video, I get 4 leads. So you not only do you learn that part, but you also learn about editing and about shooting videos and about, you know, how it's like my studio and this mic and this, I didn't start out with all of this stuff. It was like, I started out with my phone, you know, or my laptop camera that was so horrible you could barely see that it was actually me. But yeah, you just learn stuff, and then just you upgrade your skills and you upgrade your equipment, and then that's how people that you know, get big on YouTube and stuff, that's how they do it. It starts out slow and, you know, not knowing a lot, and then it's just experience and trial and error.
I want to ask about blog. About the keyword and the blog, because what I see is that the blogs seem to have one keyword, and there are very many blogs that I have posted, and I tend to put one keyword in all the blogs that I posted. Can you just educate me properly on the blog? Because I'm very interested in the blog.
There's a lot of power in a blog. I just recently started my own the last few months too, but you don't have to just put one keyword in a blog. You can load that thing down with keywords. So let's say that you are a lawyer or you're doing a blog for a lawyer. Look up all the things that people who need lawyer services are searching for. So maybe it is a bankruptcy lawyer and you want to search divorce or divorce attorney, or there's actually, you can use extensions like keyword everywhere, and it'll show you all of the top search terms when you're searching for something. You can also look, let me just share my screen here. There's, when I first started, I absolutely hated keywords and they frustrated me so much. As soon as you told me I needed keywords, I felt like it was stereo instructions or something. It was just so confusing for me. So let me share my screen. Okay, so let's type in a lawyer. Okay, so here's keywords everywhere. I have that installed here. So if I was looking for, keywords about lawyers, what I would do is, you can see here that here are the top related keywords. But I can just tell you right now, if you're running paid ads to these, it's going to be incredibly expensive. But if you're just writing a blog, who cares? Now that's great for you because you know that these are top search terms. But I definitely would not rely on these, because if they're the top search terms, then you know that there are lots of articles being written about these. So you could come down here and look at some of the less used terms. I mean, you could literally put these in your title here, like maybe you want to create a blog post that says what tools do lawyers use, and then that's your whole blog post. And then you might want to throw in some of these other keywords in that same blog post, like maybe you want part of the blog post to be what is a lawyer's salary, or lawyer divorce, or something like that, where, I mean, that's what I'm saying, pack the blog full of keywords, but definitely focus on your most important keywords to be in the title. You can also search down here, all the way down at the bottom of the Google search, these terms here. These are other related terms that people who search for lawyer are also searching for. So does that answer your question? Make it a little bit more clear.
Yes, it answers. That one or another question is that in the blog itself, there is let me just
the meta description.
The meta description and the keyword.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to distinguish between the two, please.
So the meta description is going to be basically what shows up in the blog post. So let me see if I can. I always prefer to share my screen because I rather show you guys than just tell you. So let me share here. So let me go to Facebook. Actually, maybe I'll use this one. And I know on my page that I posted a blog post. Not there. Somewhere. Okay. So like your meta description is going to be like basically what your blog is going to be about. And I actually have a scheduler that takes that meta description and it puts it in the content here. So this is what you're going to, I mean, sometimes like when you see like ads, you'll have like the title here. So in this, for my specific blog, my website is called Vision Marketing, and then the title of my blog is this right here. But sometimes if you add a meta description, you'll have a little tiny description under here. So if I wanted to add a meta description to this, instead of having it just like scheduled automatically and pick it up, then it would say vision marketing with that symbol there, the number one thing you need to know about online marketing. And then underneath that, it would say the biggest mistake business owners or new online marketers make is not understanding the customer journey online. So that's what the meta description would be. And if you're looking for meta tags, like meta tags is something way beyond my comprehension. But Jackie is like the SEO queen of the world. So if you're in her group, definitely ask Jackie all about that, because she not only does she have a lot of training on SEO, like she has a whole unit on SEO, but she used to do SEO like as an agency. So she's definitely the person to ask.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
better, more
yes,
thorough
I'll
answers.
ask her. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome. Anybody else have questions before we play with the number panel thing?
I got
Hey,
one.
back.
Okay. Chip?
In creating a website, one of the elements is super checkout, and it's only one of the options for formatting super checkout. And I really like the look of it, but I hate that it's got the field asking people for a phone number. Any hope of deleting that field?
Let's see here. Let me share my screen again. Because just like I like to show you guys rather than tell you, I also like to see. So let's see. Let's go to super checkout.
Now just start building a page.
Oh, you mean like a website page?
Yep.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, because you want me to look at the element.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it will, because this is like just a template, so I don't have an item in the super checkout. Let me see here. Sometimes it takes a minute to, oh, there we go. All right, so super checkout.
Huh.
Oh, here we go.
Right.
Oh, so here we go. This is for, that new two-step super checkout. So if you didn't want to use this,
but
you
I
don't
do
have
want
to
use that, except I don't want to put people off that don't want to share their phone number. And it looks to be a required field. See, name, email, phone.
Yeah, I wonder though if that is in this setting here. So let me, because since this is just the element, to edit the element, you have to go to the app. So just like the booking calendar, if you want to edit any of that stuff, even though we can pull in the element that has the booking calendar, to edit any of that stuff, you have to go to the booking calendar.
Can you see whether
so yeah, I'm wondering, let me just put in, like, we'll just say this here, and we'll just like fill this out just so that I can move on.
One of those.
And we'll say United States and all right, and let's just save. Hopefully it accepted my random text. Because you have to, anytime you do super checkout anything, you always have to put in your business info first before you can actually get to the products. So that's what I want to see, if when you're editing the product that would be that two-step super checkout, if you can edit the forms there. Any day. I wonder if I have to, it doesn't like my info. I'll just refresh. All right, it's going to be picky. Let me just bring up an image here. And I'll just put my name and country. All right, so let's try that again.
Huh.
I know, what's the deal?
Doesn't live in the same neighborhood as Turbo.
Yeah, apparently not. Let's go to a website I already have Super Checkout on. Let's see. Let's go to here. And Super Checkout. And my products. And let's edit this one here. And so design is where we want to go. So here is the 2-step, but yeah, you can't edit the 2-step, but I think there's another 2-step here if that is what you wanted to use. And then you can embed it or let's see here, field styles. But yeah, you can't take away in the 2-step for sure. You can't take away that phone number. I know that that you should see the list that the developers have for Super Checkout. It's like by the time they get all that stuff done, it's going to do everything you could ever imagine a checkout system doing and then some. But I know I'm trying to see now the 3-step, the field styles. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about that before.
They told me you can lose 60% of your potential if you're forcing people to give a phone number.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I've honestly never thought about that before, and I'm not really sure. I want to check. Well, these are the field styles, though, and it doesn't give you the option at all.
No.
Here, this one's the new one. But let me see, because I don't think on mine I have. I don't think that I have the phone number, unless it's something that you have to.
Chip, on some of those, it may not be a required field.
I believe that's true.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want people to have to leave the sales page to get to where they're putting in their credit card information. So at the moment, we'll see now even that one.
Yeah.
Requiring.
Yeah, and it does say required. So this is mine, and I like the 3-step, but it does say required. So it's just part of Super Checkout how they want you to. And honestly, I don't know if that has to do with because they're accepting a credit card that they need your phone number. I'm so not positive about that. I'm just totally brainstorming and guessing.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you do the Super Checkout here, you are going to have a phone number. They don't have to have a phone number and they opt in. That's completely customizable. But through that Super Checkout, you do have to have, at least for now.
Patience.
Yeah.
Keeps getting better.
Remember when we had Pixel Perfect? It's like sometimes I feel guilty asking for other things.
2017, so I have seen a lot of change.
Yeah, I know. It's exciting, but then when you know it's coming and you're like, oh, I don't really like this feature, then it's like, oh, great, okay. I guess I'll just have to manage. Anybody else have questions before I show you the panel thing? The new panel toy? No? Okay. Well, if you do, I'll get to them in just a second. Let me.
Other panels, thanks very much. Have a good day.
Okay, guys. So here is, let's go to, I think I just created one actually, just a blank website. And this is what I'm going to use to test out that panel thing. Let me close all this stuff. Okay, so if you click here, this is what Eric showed us. Hopefully I get this right. To edit the panel, there should be something here, not panel moves, none of this. Oh, hide panel, enable, and action. Oh, okay. So I guess it already gives it a name. So like Chip was saying, I guess you could technically name it whatever you wanted to. What Eric did is he just put like 1 in there. I don't know if he was trying to save time or whatever, but let's not hide the first one because I want to show you exactly what he did with it. So let's actually choose panel 2. And we're going to go to enable and action, and then we'll just call this panel 2. And I'll only do a couple of them because I don't really want to waste y'all's time, but this is so cool. So you enable and go to action. And of course, if you guys didn't know, we do have the ability to set it to a time. So if you did have a video and then you wanted them to watch like, you know, a minute of the video before you popped up with the special promo code or something like that, you could set it to a time. And you can choose seconds or minutes, and then you can actually, you know, like whatever you want to say, you can move this to increase the time, whatever. But what he was showing, the new thing is actually action. So let's change that to a 3. And we'll change this to a 4 and enable and action. And we'll say 4 and save. Okay, so now once you have that, you need to go to a button. And you can go to set link and then go to, what did he just do? Oh yeah, he did, now what did he do here that made that do? I know that he changed the name. I cannot remember how he set the button to do that. Oh,
down at the bottom, show hidden panel. Yeah.
There we go. All right. So let's just say all. Do we want to include all of the panels here? And then we put this on the button that we want it to say. So we'll say show more. And select. Why did it not change that? Okay, it says train now, but I thought it was supposed to say show more. So let's just try that and save. Now let's see what happens. I feel like I do this every Friday because he always shows us something really cool. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now I need to check it out. All right, so now I'm going to go back to home. And I'm going to check this out. And that's not the right page. I think it was this one. Nope. Now, what page did I do that on? This is a beautiful funnel, by the way. I just am noticing. Was it this one? Gosh, guys, which one did I do that on? That's annoying. Well, it was on the home page. I'll leave, republish, let me refresh, try it again. And it still does that. Do this a few times. That is so random. I have no idea what is going on. Because when I look at it live, it's not even the same. Let me just preview. Okay. So we see all the panels right now. Oh, wait a minute. I know why. Because I had them all hidden. So it wasn't showing right away, but I thought the action. Okay, guys, I think I'm doing something wrong. But anyway, that's how you do it. And then when you click the button, it's supposed to make all of those. It's supposed to not have them there. And then you click the button. Is this maybe? No. Yeah, it's supposed to not have them there, and then you click the button. I think it's because I hid that first panel. I'm thinking that's what I did.
Too close.
I don't think the first panel was supposed to be included in all that. Let me go to the button, and we'll go to set link, and let's just try panel 2. We'll just say that. So we're going to make panel 2. We're going to hide that until we click the button. So that says, welcome to Lorem Ipsum. And let's go back to home. Let's republish. Now let's try the live version. Well, son of a biscuit.
Bridget, are you sure your first panel is not hidden?
That's what I thought I did the first time, and that's why I chose panel 2, because this does look like the bottom part of that funnel, but I don't understand why it's not showing that first column. Close out all these things and let's refresh. Let me close out of this. All right, so let me go back in now. Because it's definitely not. Oh, wait. I wonder
think that top
if
panel
it's
is hidden.
I wonder if it's yeah, see if I click the button and I go to the set more. Let me see what this panel is called. Let me see here. I'm going to click here, hide panel, and see it is hidden. And it was this. It was called this.
So you
so
want
let's call this. We're just gonna
there you go.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, so now let me go back here to all, because it includes all of the hidden panels from what I understand, not all of the panels. So then this will republish, and then this should be good. Yay, I see it now. Oh, okay. So definitely all those panels are hidden. So you see that. So that's cool. Now, if we click this button, they should appear. There we go.
Wow.
So then you could also make the button say show less or whatever, because if you click it again, I think actually that's what it was. That's why the button didn't change, because you can actually change the button to say show. So I think if you do the headline, it says show more. But then if you do this one, it should change it once you click it to say show less. So let's try that. So let me refresh a couple times. All right, so now it's not there. And we'll click that, and now it is there. And our button says show less.
Okay,
Yay!
You want your stumper for this one?
I'm sorry?
You want your stumper for this one?
Sure.
Make it play a noise when you show more or show less.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if that's a function or not. Yeah, I don't think that we have. Do you know a way to make that happen?
It would have to be a JavaScript where you preload the sound, and
Oh.
I don't know how you can do it yet.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
this is
I do have a real question though.
Yeah.
In automation, you know how you can set a timer to wait a certain length of time? Is it possible to set the timer a length of time after that object is shown? For example, if we scroll down, we're scrolling down a page, we get to the third panel. After we get there, can we wait 2 seconds and then play something?
Trying to think, trying to work through that process. So you want the panel to appear at a certain time.
Or an object to shake or whatever. Like the button, the call to action button. After I get there and it's been reading, and I've been reading it for 20 seconds, then shake the button?
Well, yeah, you can just set the...
Is that timer from the time the page loads or the time you see the object?
Let's just dive in there because I can't remember it by memory. So let's see. Let's go to animation. So you can set it to a time. You can set it visible when they click on it or hovering over it. But those are the options as far as the animation. So if we wanted to, let's say we want to set this to a time of like 10 seconds, we want it to bounce. Then it's going to, 10 seconds after you've landed on the website, it's going to bounce.
Right.
But you're asking, could we make it bounce and then do something else?
No, ma'am. If we're reading a page and we get way down, like down at the bottom, your contact button. Okay, that submit button. Could we make that bounce only 20 seconds after we see it?
You could do when, let's see, when visible. No. I mean, you could set, yeah, you can't because it can't be the time and the when visible. So it'd have to be time.
We couldn't really make it happen that if the page loads and we're slow readers and we finally get to something, if it did 30 seconds after the page loaded and we read it a minute later, we've already missed the action, right?
Right, but you could just choose when visible, and then even if it takes them 10 hours to get to the bottom of your page, it's going to animate when they see it.
Okay. What about if you did it on hover and the mouse hovers over the submit button or over the whole form, then the submit button would do its thing?
Yeah, I mean, it would be the whole form because this is all one element. So whatever animation you set this to, it would be for the whole thing, unless you wanted to do like a button like this, and then it would just be the button.
Okay.
But yeah, you could do that when they hover over it to set the animation. So hovering, yeah, because it looks like the time one is the only one where you can select a time, and that's just a time when they go to your website, you know. If you want to set it for 10 hours or whatever, it's going to be 10 hours after they go to the website. But all the rest of these, you're just setting the action. So that's not to say that in the future that won't be possible, but you know, as of right now, it looks like it's not, as far as I know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have questions? Gregory, are you still recovering from our first meeting today? That is a meeting you'll never forget.
I will never forget. I won't forget it. I have to share it with who cares to know. It was a very frightening something.
Yeah.
I had to switch on my screen. And
I know. I seriously was panic stricken.
Yeah.
I couldn't, my brain could not think fast enough for me. That's how I felt. I was like clicking everywhere. I'm like, I can't do this fast enough.
I think those were bots actually. Some kind of bots, you know.
Yeah.
They just kept coming in.
Yeah.
And if you say you couldn't, you know, kick them out fast enough.
Yeah.
Probably somebody picked up the link and just decided to have some fun.
Yeah. But lesson learned.
To have such fun should not share such fun here. If you want to have such fun, it's a private matter.
Yeah. 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 Stay out of my meeting. That's what I was saying.
Bridget, I use Zoom a lot, and I put a password in for the people that come in. Is that available? Can you put a password in each day? It would be, I mean, you'd have to rotate the password or something.
Yeah.
But, you just don't know where these guys are coming from.
Yeah, I think the problem, and I'm totally giving myself the blame for this. The problem is that this is the first time that I shared the link to another group in addition to this group. And the other group isn't as locked down. And I think that was definitely, obviously, a mistake. So I think I just won't do it
Yeah,
because I want to make it easy for you guys. And I know that it's like, even if I've had issues before, I set up a domain that would just redirect to the Zoom link. That way I could just say, hey, go to bridgetbartlett.com/live. And then people could easily remember that. And so I just set it to redirect to the Zoom meeting. But believe it or not, I had people still having issues with that. They couldn't figure out, what was happening and how to do it. And so it needs to be as simple of a procedure as possible. Because then if I did the password, people are like, I don't know what the password is. And we changed it and I couldn't get in. And so.
One more thing about that. Do you still have the recording? Because if you did have the recording, those handles that the people put in, they were real handles of users, Facebook users. You could report that, and you report it to them, and maybe they would be knocked off of Facebook or something.
Yeah, when this meeting's over, I'm definitely going to go back and look into that with like my eyes like this, so I don't have to like really see it all. But I'm definitely, because it makes me mad. It's like, I don't want to see that crap. I don't want you guys to see it, and I don't want it all over my social media either. So it's like, it really makes me mad. And if something makes me mad, I'm like, I'm going to beat it like a dead horse or like I'm gonna find out who did it. I'm gonna block them. I'm gonna do all of that stuff. But yeah, unfortunately,
Well, you've got
it's
something
just
to talk about now, anyway.
yeah, yeah. That's what I was telling Gregory. You will never forget this meeting.
I
ever.
won't. Yes, I won't forget it.
I won't either. Every time I share my Zoom link, I'm going to think about that meeting.
This is the first time I joined Zoom, any of these meetings, and then boom, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah, but, it happens. But
Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
I wrote you a message on Facebook, maybe you should delete that, from the group because the end was.
Yeah. Yeah, before I started this meeting, that's what I was doing when I posted like, hey, I'm just doing damage control. I had to go to all my social media and delete all the videos and in the groups and all that stuff. And then I had to go recreate a Zoom meeting and then connect it to my Restream and then share the new link to you guys. And so that's what I was doing, scrambling to do all that before I started the meeting. Because I know like some of you guys plan the time, to meet and stuff. And I certainly don't want to waste your time. And so I was like, I'll figure that out after this meeting. And,
That's one Zoom meeting I'll never forget.
So. Yeah, it's something that should stick with somebody for a long time.
Yeah.
I hope you won't, Gregory, I hope you won't have any nightmares.
No.
Yeah, you guys, if you're praying people, pray for me because I have to go back and watch that video so I can track down all the losers who decided to hack my Zoom. But I do think it is I think it is bots in reality because every time I go live on YouTube, I always get a bunch of comments, like pornography and different things that I have to. But YouTube is really good about blocking that. It's just I'll see it and it'll say it's no longer available or no longer.
Yeah, it's very common in Facebook. Like yesterday, I posted something in a private group. Somebody there was challenging me, was insulting my mother. I refused to engage with him because the language he used was very, very obnoxious. And yesterday and today again, he started to look for a conversation with me. I refused to engage with him. I thought to silence is the best answer to such people. I don't want to get involved with him.
That's totally true. And you should see my block list. It's like thousands of people long. Because I don't feel like even if I post something and someone comments under, even if they totally agree with me, if they're being rude to someone else, I just block them. because it's like, I don't want to read. There's so much nastiness in the world. I don't need it in my Facebook timeline. And if you are someone who can't be cordial and respectful of other people, even if they disagree, then I don't have time for all that. So I don't care if you agree with me or not. If you're going to be rude to someone else, I don't need you on my Facebook page. So I just block. I don't even waste 2 seconds. I'm like, I'm blocking you. I'm not going to. And you also have to think, sometimes, especially if you guys, start getting a lot of followers and stuff, sometimes people will try to provoke you so that they can use your words against you. And I actually saw that happen to someone here recently. She got into a verbal confrontation with someone on Facebook, and then they screenshot it, and then they were sharing it everywhere. And it was completely taken out of context, but still, it's like, you have to think all of your words. I tell my husband this too, like, we own a local business. So I'm like, you have to think when you're posting things, people are going to go look at you and they're going to see it. And so just no matter what anyone says to you, just be very aware that whatever you say back could be used against you.
That's it. That's it.
I still believe there are a lot more nice people in this world than those obnoxious ones, I'm a bit,
absolutely. Just the
uh,
obnoxious ones are a little louder is what it is.
Yeah, because you hear them all over the place,
Yeah.
And I guess I lived before the whole internet era, and I'm a teacher and a linguist, and even in my own language, I wasn't aware how illiterate people are until the whole social media came up, and how argumentative and rude can people be, because I'm surrounded by nice people.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly there's this whole bunch of, pardon my language, idiots who think they have the right to express their opinions, whatever they are, in the way they want to, without having any regard to, I don't know, just being polite. I was taught to be.
I think the internet has taken away the accountability for what you're saying. Like, it's a lot easier for me to say all kinds of mean things about you when I'm just behind my keyboard and I'm typing. But if I'm looking at you face to face, I would never say those things to you.
It's true.
And people seem to have forgotten that on the other side of that keyboard is a real person who has to read that. So I think that the internet has definitely done a lot of at least exposing how people really feel, but I think it also distorts things too. I think especially in our political environment, people are so passionate about things, they start sharing their opinions. And then somehow in all of that, we have forgotten that the definition of bigotry is the intolerance of the beliefs of others when they differ from your own. So people need to be very aware of that. Just because someone may disagree with me, it doesn't mean that now I'm going to be mean to them or I'm going to treat them any different than I would any other person.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. Well, I love the internet. I mean, as soon as I don't know, it was 20 years ago that it was available in my country. And as soon as it was available, I was a youngster. I've spent a lot of time, chatting, in those chat rooms and stuff like that. And I love the fact that I can find all the information I need. But I believe it has brought out the worst out of people.
Mm-hmm.
And while it may seem bad, it's also good because you see the real face of some people, the way they are, maybe they wouldn't, as you said, maybe they wouldn't confront you face to face, but it all comes out in, Facebook or other social media and stuff like that. So you can actually easily separate yourself from some, bad people. You don't have to, you can block them, as you said, You don't have to see them. You don't have to read what they say. You don't have to hear them. You just block them, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, and really it's good for you and your own mental health. Like this girl that had her words taken out of context. It's like she was really getting beaten up. I mean, the things that were being posted about her, the screenshot, it was very damaging to her character. And I don't know if she had a bad day that day or what the context of it was, but that could potentially ruin people. I mean, people kill themselves over things like that. So
Yeah.
it's
We
just
have,
my habit. If I if I post something and then someone comments underneath and it starts out rude, even in the first line of it, I just delete it immediately. I don't even waste my time thinking about it or reading it because I don't want it rumbling around in my mind all day. I just don't want to, once you let, it's like, once you let the little negativity go in this ear, it sticks here for a while, and it's like, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to like deal with the negativity.
Yeah, and why would you allow anyone to spoil your day?
Yeah.
You are important. The most important thing, you are the most important thing to yourself. So your mental health, your mood, your day, your 7 days, whatever time of period you would spend, thinking about this, I don't know, 3 lines of comment in of somebody who's having a bad day,
Mhm.
and they're just, trying to rub off their negativity, and send it to you. So why would you spend a minute thinking about it, So just block and bye-bye.
Mhm. And I think too, like I'm honestly, I feel sorry for people when you think about what it actually takes in a person's mind or their life to be scrolling through Facebook and see something they don't like and then just to comment such mean-spirited things. Like what's going on in that person's life, like it honestly like makes me feel more sorry for them than angry about the comment. It's like I can just block it and who cares? But that same person is still that same person. They're still miserable in their life or whatever they're doing. So, I mean, it's just sad all the way around. But when you're on social media a lot, being marketers and stuff like that, you really have to protect your own mental sanity and just not let that stuff get to you. Just block it immediately. Don't even worry about trying to process it. Just block it. Just be done.
Yeah.
Block it.
Great advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, which brings us back to the fun we had.
Yeah, exactly.
That
And
wasn't
even
enough.
if you have to be
Fast
frantic
enough.
like me in the first meeting and try to block as fast as you possibly can,
You can't.
still block it.
no
Just
problem.
shut that meeting down if you have to.
Oh, God, that was, that's something to think about. I mean, we don't have to spend a minute more thinking about those, idiots or
Yeah.
bots or whatever that was. Somebody has set it up.
Yeah.
Somebody was trying to ruin your meeting.
Yeah.
But in the end, it just turned out to be funny. So
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. And see, you guys learned from my mistake, and now you're going to be like, if I hold a Zoom meeting or next Zoom meeting I host, I am protecting that link like it's my firstborn child. 'Cause
Yes.
I'm not going to let that happen. So you're welcome. You're welcome for learning for you how wrong it is to share that link. Do you guys have any more questions before we take off into the weekend?
oh, I have a lot of questions about Builderall. But it's okay, I'll go through I have Builderall for a couple of months now. I haven't done much because I always take time to learn everything I need, before I start building something up. And then you make one mistake you can't identify, and then you're in trouble. You have to start all over again. So I'm still learning, and now we are having this winter break, so I'll have more time because, as I said, I'm a teacher, and we're having about 2 weeks of the winter break, so I'm building my business up.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, there's a lot to learn, but don't let that stop you though from just building, because if you build something and you do something wrong and you mess it up, You can always, there's a Biggers Test Lab. You can join that group and you can share any of the funnels that you're working on and they'll give you feedback and let you know. I launched a course and I created a promo code and I said, I need 5 people to test it out and give me some feedback and they can have it for free. So there's lots of options to have it tested and lots of ways to help you troubleshoot. If you do, something's not connected correctly or whatever, the Builderall community is amazing for that. There's lots of people who will help you get unstuck.
That is what I wanted to say, that in Builderall, I'm happy that there's a very many people to help you. If you have a problem, there are various people to help you. And I think you say you learn to do by doing.
Yes.
Yes, you learn to do by doing. There's no point for you to wait. Just try to do something. You make a mistake, you ask people, they are very ready to help you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
yeah. A lot of the mistake that I see people making is they become lifetime learners. And I was the same way. I'm like, I just want to learn everything I can learn. And I actually got pushed into creating my own agency. And I don't know if you've heard my story or not, but I created my account, just my Builderall account, looking for a simple way to create a website because we have a lawn care business, my husband and I. And once I created it, I'm like, this is so great because I automated it. Like I was all day on the phone doing quote requests and different things. And I was like writing the information down. And I was like, there has to be a better way to do this. I cannot just spend all day on the phone. I can't do anything else. So I found Builderall. We automated our quote request process. And I'm like, I learned how to do this. I know that I could do it for other people. So I was like tinkering with some like an MLM and I was like trying to create a funnel for that. And then I worked with a pharmacist who had just opened his own pharmacy and he said, you have to help me. And I'm like, well, yeah, just do this and get your Google reviews, do this and do that. And he's like, will you please do my marketing for me? I'm like, I'm not experienced. I can't do that. And so every night we worked together because I worked third shift and he was like, please do it. Please, please, please. So finally I'm like, okay, I'll help you, I'll just help you out. And then I got him 14 new customers in the first 14 days and he was averaging like 1 or 2 a week. So then he was so happy. He just like, I need you to do this for me and this for me and this for me. And then he's referring me to all of his friends. And so that's how in 7 months from creating my Builderall account, I quit my job as a pharmacy tech after 20 years. And I was terrified. But that's what I say. I was so nervous. I'm like, oh, but honestly, I would have been a lifetime learner. I swear I would have been because I love to build and I love to learn new things, but I'm not a salesy person. And that's why I love the way, I can sell Builderall. It's no problem, but I don't feel like I'm selling it. I'm just showing people how to use it. And that's how I like to do affiliate marketing. I just say, here's a great tool, here's how I'm using it, and here's the link if you want to use it yourself.
Okay, so I have to give myself that push because nobody else is going to do it for me.
Yeah. Obviously, definitely.
I do have some innovative ideas, which include the reverse auction. I know that I think Jackie is using the reverse auction for physical products. I'm thinking about using it for getting the leads for digital products.
Yeah, you could do that.
I could try that. So, but I have to build the whole thing up first.
Well, yeah, I mean, just try to do like a basic thing, like where you do your opt-in page and then you do your email confirmation and then do that reverse auction or however you want to set it up. So those are just the 3 pages and then you can use PLR products if you want to. Just learn that basic 3-page funnel and you're golden. I mean, there's so many things you can do with just the 3-page funnel in the email marketing.
Okay,
so
cool.
Yeah. And then the great thing is too, especially for new people, getting traffic is always something that people struggle with. So adding it to the Builderall marketplace, on Monday, I showed a funnel that I built, and I broke it all down step by step and showed like literally funnel hacked myself. So I showed the front end and the back end, what it looks like, and the membership areas and all that. And then I also showed it's on the marketplace right now. So the cool thing is I don't really even just promote that. Like, I created graphics for it, and I schedule, every day on my social media, sharing the link with some random things. But I'm not out saying, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this. I just created the content to auto schedule on my social media. And then I just put it in the link of my YouTube videos. And then the Builderall marketplace, I've already gotten many sales just from it being posted there. So it literally, you could just create something and post it there. For example, I created that freelance course and I posted it there. We're doing this launch your own course training, and I'm going to put the training that you guys are seeing me do every single day. I'm just going to take the videos and then put that in an e-learning, and then I'm going to sell that. And then it's like, I'm going to take the launch your own course funnel that I'm showing you guys how to create, and then I'm going to put that there too. So you could do the same thing. Just do like, here's what I'm creating. Who cares if you mess up? People love to see the journey,
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's my new.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Push myself.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I love the interaction. I love to get to meet you guys because I only see your names and profile pics usually. So now I have a face to the name.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Can you say my name?
Nizama.
Yes.
Yay! And Gregory, that's easy.
Yes.
And Andy, that's easy too.
Bye-bye. Bye.
All right, guys. Have a nice weekend, and I'll see you Monday. Same time, same place.
Take care.